All right, peoples, what's going on? It's your boy Marlon Brand back with another Gorilla Report. Yesterday I was at work and my coworker he came up to me and he was like, "Yo, man, had you checked out this latest video? Some craziness, man. A father and a son shooting out with each other." Now, automatically in my head, I was like, "What? A father and a son shooting, having to shoot out with each other? That's impossible. I can't even imagine something like that taking place." But in these days and times, there's been a lot of crazy behavior taking place, and I mean, it's not that hard to believe nowadays. So for me, it was just a little bit more sadness that came across my mind. Like, what? How could this even be possible? And then immediately in my head, I'm like, please don't let it be a brother. Please don't let it be. I mean, I didn't want it to be anybody, to be honest with you. You know, this shouldn't happen, no matter what the race is. But there's just been some crimes and different type of murders that my people, Black African American, is what they label us. But we've been partaking in some crazy behavior lately, man. Like things that we will always just be like, "Yo, you know that that couldn't have been a brother doing that." But nowadays, I don't even know. Like these crimes are just becoming more and more heinous. That I'm looking at my people's like, "Yo, bro, we got to do better." But anyway, I'm gonna let this news report kind of break down what took place, and then we're just going to give our little breakdown on it here at Gorilla Report. So take a look at this, man. Very sad, very sad.
The father tells deputies he confronted his son about having a gun in his pocket. And he says rather than turn it over, his son opened fire on him.
It was all caught on the family's home security camera, as you saw there. Fox 5's Doug Evans has more on the story now from Coweta County.
Deputies say the surveillance video starts with Mario Clark leaving his father's house, the father behind him pointing a weapon at his son. The father then flinches, ducks, and runs for cover after a shot is fired in his direction. Deputies say the family shootout started when the 26-year-old Mario Clark arrived at his father's house with a gun in his pocket, a gun his father did not want in his house.
So the dad saw the imprint of the gun, which is an outline of the gun, in the son's clothing, and father did not want any firearms at his residence or the son to be in possession of them, so he was trying to disarm his son.
Deputies say when Clark would not surrender the gun, the father retrieved his own weapon. Deputies say the video continues with Mario Clark running back into frame, sprinting toward his father and firing shots. They say the father returned fire in an obvious fight for his life.
All right, all right. So you see the report there. I just want to get right into this horrible scene. Father, you know, being a father, you know what I'm saying? Like, what you doing coming in this house? Who knows? You know, this late in the morning, or I mean, this early in the morning. He could have been out late night, and he's coming home early in the morning. So the father probably was already perplexed, like, "Yo, the hell you been at?" So then he's looking at him. You know, what is this bulging out of your pocket? Well, you got a gun. You ain't coming in my house with that damn gun. Now, nobody knows the relationship that this kid has with his father. We don't know what type of relationship they have, but it's pretty obvious to see here for anybody to be in a shootout with their father. They probably didn't have the best of a relationship. Let's just take it as that, right? This is what we see in front of us. We see the son coming to the house, knocking on the door. We see the father not approving of his entry with a weapon on him. We see the son then take the gun out and start shooting. And then we see the father go back into the house to retrieve his weapon and start shooting at. Now, the crazy part, right, is I have to ask myself is why would you even go back in the house to get a gun? Now, I understand you trying to protect yourself, but being a father, like, wouldn't you probably like try to run in the house and lock the door and take cover? Like, yo, what the hell is going on? What is my son doing? Like, what? And just be like scared, like, yo, or not even. I don't know, but this kind of speaks to the relationship that they already have. It probably already was a toxic relationship that the father and son had. So we can't even take a proper assessment of how he should have reacted in a caring and concerned way, because he probably wasn't a caring and concerned father when it came to this son. Now, who knows? We don't know about any other children that he may have, but we can see here that this son obviously had some issues possibly in the streets, a part of gang activity. Who knows where he just came from with that gun? He probably just came back from doing an armed robbery. That gun could have been been a part of a murder. Who knows what took place with that gun on him? But the father told him, like, nah, you ain't coming in this house with that gun on you. Nah, I'm not about to. That's not I'm not accepting that here. And the son wasn't trying to hear that. Well, maybe the son saw this as his opportunity to say, you know what, I'm about to end it right now. Now, what if his father would have caught that bullet? Or what if the son would have caught that bullet and it would have been a fatal shot? Now, what if that would have took place on either side? What would if the son have said? Would he have been just like, yeah, nigga, told you stop playing with me? Now, last week I just watched a video with two brothers were having it out with their father. The father was cussing one of the little brothers out and started choking him out. And the other brother was in the room with the telephone recording everything. And then, that in a few seconds go by, he comes into the room with a gun and shoots his father like 5 times. And his father falls out on his back and he's like shocked, like, ah. And you see the other son that he was choking just start wailing on him, punching him in his face while he's shot 5 times. Brothers, again. Now, not trying to mix that situation with this situation, but I'm just talking about if you think about the type of behaviors that's been taking place within the Black community, you think about, I don't even understand how we could get to a level of hate. Fathers, what are we doing with our children? This is the question, especially if you're a father that's in your child's life. This is the part that if you're a father that's in your child's life and you allow your son to harbor this type of anger, to deal with life in such a way that he feels like they want to take fatal shots at you. Father, what's up, man? I mean, you know what's been happening a lot. I noticed children that may have not had the best childhood growing up, there's either two things that happen. When they have children, either they're the best fathers to that child because they lack the love and care that they needed growing up, or they become a distant father. Or no, actually, there's 3 things. They become a distant father where they don't even deal with the child. That's 2. And the third thing is that they just become a shitty father. They could be in the house every day, but they're just shitty to that child. They treat that child the same exact way their father treated them. Not realizing that these children grow up and they become men. But they start off young adults. And that's the age that we have to catch them at, when they're young adults. This is the age we're supposed to catch them at and say, yo, I got you. There's some things you're going to experience in life. I do this with my children all the time. I lay it out before them. I lay out different life scenarios that I know they're going to come across. And I let them know these are the options that that's going to be before you when this situation comes before you. These are the options that laid out. You could do A, B, or C. Sometimes there's no C. There's just the A or B. But I make sure that I at least try to give them a template, an instruction manual. You know what I'm saying? I try to give them something in life so when they face these difficult moments, they can say, oh, you know what? My pops told me about this. He kind of gave me a little scenario because my mom did it with me. And I see how it improved my life in growing up. And how was able to have a great relationship and was able to communicate really good. But you look at this situation with the father and the son. Now, like I said, back to what I was, the point I was making. Now, what if one of them would have took the fatal shot? Would the son say, yeah, nigga, you deserve that? Would the father say, oh my God, what have I done? Would he have started panicking and being upset then? Like, I can't believe I just shot my son. Or would he have said, little nigga, get on my damn nerves. I'm glad he gone. What's happening? What's happening here? And this is something that this is a news report that just came to me, and when I seen it, I said I was just really hurt about the community as a whole. People like to speak about Black people coming together. We're already together. We're together all the time at the corner stores, together at barbecue gatherings, the market. We're together all the time. Protests, riots, what have you. We're together all the time. But the one thing I believe what we need is tangible education. Tangible education. Education in schools to where you're teaching me at 7, 8, 9 about taxes, about accounting, about real estate, about banking practices, but allowing that to be our science, social studies, history. Let that be the main classes that you have to excel in. See, they do this in other countries. You go over there in China, you go to any other country, they start off while you're young. They prepare you for the workforce. They start educating you in things that you're going to do. It's called vocational education. It's a vocational, meaning that the work you're doing is the work you're going to be doing out in the world. I'm going to train you while you're in school. So what you're doing in school is what you're going to be doing when you work your job. But it takes us as parents to realize that if my child isn't getting this in their education, they're going to get the basics: reading, writing, math, a little history, not their history, but history, right? I'm speaking to the Black community, right? But it's up to us as parents to say, you know what? I'm going to take the education into my hands to teach them about the real estate, the accounting, the banking, financial understanding, principles. But there's a new age coming. There's a new wave coming. And, this is just a guerrilla report. I just wanted to share this with you guys. I ask that you like, you share, subscribe. I just want to give my 2 cents, man. There's nothing too crazy here that I try to get too deep with, but it's just conversations that I feel like that needs to be had, and I like to have them. So peace out till I talk to you next time, people. Appreciate you. One.